What's up, guys? It's bluetea-TCG, and today I'm attending locals for Vanguard Premium at the store called Collector Legion. I'm going along with a friend. I haven't been to the store before for Vanguard Premium, but I've been there for another card game. I'm really excited, actually, because this is my first time going for Vanguard Premium in a while. I heard the locals competition are fierce. They're running a lot of meta decks, so I'm really excited to be bringing my Angel Feather deck that I've shown on the channel before. Speaking of which, let me go ahead and show you the deck before we go right into the details of how the tournament will go.
What's up, guys? This is bluetea-TCG here. I'm Fox, and bluetea is going to talk about his Angel Feather list he's going to be bringing to locals today.
Yeah, thanks, Fox. So this list is not that much different than the deck profile I did. If you haven't already watched that video for the Angel Feather Premium deck profile, please do so. The link will be in the description. But I want to speed through the list I'm going to bring to locals today. So the starter's still the same, Muriel. I found this card to just be way too valuable when I was playtesting yesterday with Fox. It's just having the ability to go plus like twice basically is really strong. Even if you have to wait to do it till GB1, it's still worth running, so I'm going to stick with this for today. Hopefully it doesn't get removed by people running retired decks and stuff. And then the trigger lineup for Heal Guardians, these are still the best possible thing you could run as a heal trigger in Premium. And then for the crits, 4 Stride Fodder and 3 Thundershock. This is cut down to 3 because I needed to run extra of another card, which we'll go over soon. But this is the trigger lineup, or those are the premium crits. And then for the 1-ofs, we've got 1 Doctor Retro, still at 1. Please bring this to more than 1. Card's broken. 1 Sentinel crit, 1 Drop PG, 1 Nutrient Angel. Nutrient Angel is the card that replaced one of the Thundershocks. Nutrient Angel is actually really good, and I wanted to use it just in case there's a Link Joker matchup today. But typically, even if there's not a Link Joker matchup, it's still good because it's a net counter charge plus a new card to soul. And then 1 vanilla Overtrigger. Overtriggers are broken. Alright, that's it for the grade 0s and triggers. Let's do the grade 1s. Still running 4 Yofiel. This is still the best grade 1 in the deck, but honestly, like if you don't see it early on, then it's gonna really suck because sometimes it'll be put at 5 really early, and this card becomes dead. But it's still the best grade 1 we have, and as a right target, it's still amazing. Then 3 Zofiel. I do not want to run this card more than 3. Definitely after all the games I've done with this deck. This card can really clog your hand, even though it's like a good card at damage checks. It's not the card you really want to be damage checking with because you have to discard to pay the cost. But going second, this card is what I want to see in my opening hand, so I'm hoping to do that if I go second. And then 2 Prime Plaster. This is obviously the Aura Keeper replacement. As a right target, it's super good, and once Zofgil comes, this card will be even more phenomenal. And then for the utility, grade 1s, 3 Stride Fodder, grade 1s, 2 No Seal, and 1 Startail. This is the new one. In testing, like this card's actually been pretty good. At first I was like, that's too slow, but at exactly 1 copy, I think it fulfills its purpose really well. And also because I'm not trying to like soul charge too often, so I feel like 1 copy is fine. And then we're still running these. I wanted to double down on Nick here, so that's why it's at 3 copies compared to the deck profile where we had it at 1. And plus, being able to have the flexibility between searching between the V Gravrail and OG Gravrail is really good. So I'm sticking with the 3 Stride Fodder grade 1 Nick here. It's because it could search all the beautiful Gravrails that we have in the deck. All right, grade 2s. We've got 4 Yafkiel. I need not explain more. I've already explained a lot about this card.
Yeah, Angel Feather staple.
Yes, Angel Feather staple, yeah. 3 Salafiel. This card is similar to Zofiel, where I do not run one at more than 3. It's really cloggy, but it's still one of our best damage checkers because it's a beat stick and it net counter charges. And then last but not least, 3 No CL. Notice I'm not running Clearview. Clearview is Clearview got replaced by Startail, so that's why Clearview's not in here anymore. But I still feel like this No CL is one of the best grade 2s to run, and it's a net counter charge too. So really good, or net counter charge also, not 2. Grade 3s, 4 Hamiel. This is another card I'm not gonna explain any further.
Yeah. Steal games.
Yes. I'm hoping to cheese out wins with that card today. And then we still got the 2-2 split of OG Gravrail and V Gravrail. Honestly, like I feel like if I'm not gonna go too hard on the grade 3 gaming turn, I'll probably just search this out instead because it's less risky. And also, I still have the GB2 ready for when it comes up. But VGE is also really good if I get all the pieces together, like I get a Hameo plus enough damage checkers. But honestly, whenever I find myself overcommitting on this, then I find myself at a lower like hand advantage than I would be otherwise. So I'm just gonna hope to not go too hard on that today. And then for the G zone, I'm just gonna throw Ultima on there because I wish I could run him, but I'm running over triggers, so too bad. All right, for the G line is almost exactly the same. For Gabriel Eden, this is the main stride to go into. Still a super phenomenal card. It's actually aged really well, in my opinion. I'm gonna be using it a lot today, hopefully. And then two of the Gabriel I never use, not because it's bad, but because it's just been power crept. But I have the SP, so I might as well flex.
Flip for cause.
Yes, exactly. Two Boss Sale. This card's like, to be honest, it's okay, but it's still a necessary card to run in our G zone because we do need a way to finish or have our opponent respect our long game. And then two Raphael, one Raphael Mitra. These cards I never go into also, but they're there to give us some comfort, just in case our opponent rushes us really hard. But even when I got rushed really hard by Fox yesterday when he's playing Regalia, I never felt like this card was the best card to go into. So just keep that in mind. And Mitra is oof. What a waste of a Premium Collection 2019 slot. Can you believe that shit was printed in 2019?
Or all the broken strides.
Yeah. It's so sad.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right.
The mute strides.
Yeah. All right, G Guardians. We've got one Power Shell. Super good, but only as a one of because the situations where it does come up, it doesn't come up that often. But when it does come up, it's amazing. 35k shield off one card. Elilith, soon to be replaced by Firmament Grants, but still worth running because sometimes we do need an extra boost by giving us more GB1 as well. And then 3 Serial, still the best G Guardian. That's all, guys. That's all. I hope to do well with it. I hope also not to face a Narukami because that's just gonna body me.
Yeah, so just quick context on locals, guys. If you are in the Southern California region, Collector Legion actually hosts premium tournaments every Sunday at 3 p.m. So if you ever want to come by, definitely do. If there's 8 or less people, we do 3 rounds. If there's 9 or more people, we do 4 rounds. $5 entry fee, like top 3 get sword credit. And yes, one of the players there does run Eradicators, so we're hoping to dodge.
Yes, I'm hoping to dodge
Narukami.
that matchup. All right, thanks, guys. That's
All right,
gonna be
thanks
all.
for watching.
2-2 guys with the Angel Feathers. I'll post up a report pretty soon, but it doesn't feel so bad, to be honest. Oh, sorry.
This is my new commander.
All right, what's up guys? So we just got out of the Vanguard Premium tournament over here at Collector Legion, and I personally went 2-2 with Angel Feather. My buddy Fox over here went, there we go. He went 3-1. It was a really fun tournament, honestly. I didn't expect for us to like perform as well as we did, and there were a lot of competent meta decks that were used, but overall I felt like it was a good assessment for how our decks kind of fit in the current premium metagame, especially outside of our personal, you know, group's bubble. You know, I also think I made a couple of misplays. I could have definitely taken the round 3 game, but overall I felt pretty good about it. Anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, I felt good about it too. I went 3-1 with Highlander. Unfortunately, had to fight Godfrey in the last round for a team kill.
Yeah.
Overall, really fun tournament. I think my deck build is very strong. I'm going to keep using the same build I currently have. Only round I lost was because I had a G assist on grade 2, whiffed, and then they went. They were playing Regalia. They went Marduk when I was grade 1. So,
right.
But
yeah.
aside from that, very fun tournament. Highly skilled players.
Yes.
Definitely want to come back at another point.
Absolutely, yeah. Just wanted a quick rundown of what I ran into. First round was Battle Sister. The next was what was it? Some Pale Moon Good Stuff deck, basically like Hari with Nightmare Doll Engine, etc. And then third round was against Grand Blue, you know, the standard Grand Blue deck that's really good right now. And of course, as he said already, my fourth round is against him. It's unfortunate because we both know our decks so well, but I think it was kind of inevitable with the result. If I couldn't kill him kind of towards the early game, then it was going to be a deck out, which was what happened. But yeah, overall, really fun experience, guys. I'll go ahead and post up the matches at a later time. But yeah, thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks so much for watching. Hope to catch you guys next time. Later. Wait, don't go anywhere. I forgot to talk about the run through of my matches. I want to go over that right now before I forget, while it's still fresh in my mind. So round 1, I faced Battle Sisters. Battle Sisters is pretty strong of a deck, actually. I think it's pretty slept on right now. It's about tier 1.5-ish, but you know, my deck personally is tier 2, so it's about an even matchup when I faced it. It honestly didn't feel too bad, although the game was really, like, it went really badly in the beginning for me. I bricked on G-assisting twice, so I had to stay on grade 1, or on grade 0, pardon me. The first time I G-assisted because I whiffed. And the second time I G-assisted, I found the grade 1 finally.
but by then I was pretty behind, especially going second as well. So fortunately, I was able to damage deny him and kind of stay in the game thanks to some heal guardians that I picked up. I had 2 heal guardians early game in my hand, which allowed me to survive and not take too much damage throughout the first couple of turns. And then after that, I proceeded to continue to damage deny him to keep him off some of the most powerful strides as well as his most powerful skills. And from there, I basically just caught back up, went into Gavril Eden, went into Black Seraph Gavril, which I hadn't thought of so highly, but honestly, Black Seraph Gavril was kind of the MVP of this local tournament. So definitely, I apologize for sleeping on the card. But yeah, after that, I went into Boss Sale, and he probably made a misplay. He took Boss Sale instead of guarding it, which, you know, I understand. It was a 5-card guard strength at the time, and he wanted to probably save cards in his hand. But Boss Sale was already on 2 crit, and I drive checked 2 additional crits, so that became 4 damage while he was at 2 damage. So he basically died off of that Boss Sale attack. And the turn prior, I had actually gotten a miracle heal. So definitely I had pretty much everything go all the way it had to in order to win that game. And I ended up taking the round 1, going 1-0. And then round 2, I did not record the match, but I faced Pale Moon Good Stuff. That my opponent requested that I not record it, so that's why I don't have the recording for it. At first, basically, I saw the Silver Thorn starter, and I thought, okay, this might be Nightmare Doll, right? So I was prepared. I was mentally prepared, at least. I had the idea like to damage deny him and make sure that I could put the pressure on from there, not to give him enough counterblast for dust and things like that. And he basically did the normal write up and stuff. He gave me damage, which was kind of a telltale sign that he didn't really know the matchup for Angel Feather too well. Not surprising, of course, because Angel Feather's not really that popular right now. But basically, he gave me some damage that really helped me, even though I was going second. And then he went into... I damaged and I hit him early on, too, actually. I attacked his rear guard when possible. But then, I think that actually didn't happen until grade 3. I didn't damage him until grade 3. But he rode into Nightmare Doll Carol, and he was able to attack my Vanguard, but then because he, I believe, had only 1 counterblast, he didn't really do much else after that. Yeah, basically the early game was pretty mellow for the most part. I believe I had the first stride, so I went into my normal Gavril stride with Gavril Eden and such. I was able to put some pressure on, put him at 3 damage on that turn, and then afterwards he rode into, he might not have ridden again, but I definitely know he strode into Progenitor, which was definitely a surprise for me. I didn't really have that great of a board to be going into Progenitor Dragon for Dark States. Dark States Progenitor Dragon is, or Dark Zone rather. Progenitor Dragon is basically blow up the whole field and then soul charge 5. He soul charged 2 heal guardians plus a critical trigger off that soul charge, so it was really sad for him, but he was able to retrieve those heal guardians at the end of the turn thanks to one of the Nightmare Doll cards. When it retires at the end of the turn, you countercharge 1 as well as add a Workoroid grade 3 record from your soul to your hand. So he's able to make use of that to retrieve those heal guardians that he had soul charged off the Progenitor. But then from there, I was pretty much in control. I went into Black Seraph Gavril at the subsequent turn and was able to put a lot of pressure on him. Actually killed him on that turn, if I remember correctly, because of Hamiel. He didn't really take into account Hamiel, it seems like, in his defensive plans. Black Seraph Gavril gave Hamiel a great power boost, got her up to, I believe, 3 or so crit, and he couldn't use PGs from hand, so he just took the attack and died from there. So that round 2 was over pretty quickly, but we got the W there, so we take those. I was 2-0 up going into round 3, and then round 3 I faced the basically the other player that was currently at the top of the standings at that point. I faced Grand Blue, and this player was extremely experienced. He said he was a judge actually for Vanguard, so that definitely shows that he knows his stuff. And no surprise when I faced him, he knew a lot about my own cards. But basically the match was really close. It was really, really close. I have the match recorded too, so definitely you guys highly recommend checking that one out. That's probably the highlight of the locals today. But basically, to summarize things, I had a Boss Assail turn where I definitely could have killed him, but I didn't take into account stand triggers and also soul charged my over trigger. So that was just really bad. Like, I definitely could have just killed him. And he had only like 6 cards in hand or so at that point. So, and 3 of those were Protect 1 markers. So definitely went pretty downhill from there. But afterwards, because he survived the Boss Assail turn, I proceeded to die the subsequent turn. I'm kind of giving a quick summary on that game because I do have the full recording of it. Definitely make sure to check that out when I upload it. And then round 4, so I was 2-1 at that point. And round 4, unfortunately, because I was 2-1, the person I rode with, Fox, he was also 2-1 at that point. So guess what? we face each other, and that didn't really go too well for me. I knew already that it was kind of not going to be in my favor. He knows the matchup extremely well, and also the fact that I have to kill Highlander early, otherwise like I'm not really going to win that matchup. And most of the time that I do beat Highlander is when I can get the grade 3 gaming going. And although I did go first and I had the chance to go into V-Series Gavrail, I didn't find Hamiel soon enough where I was confident that I could kill him at the point I could. So I just decided to go into OG Gavrail instead off of the Nakir search, and from there just pretty much play the slow game. But knowing that, basically he knew that, okay, I can't like really pop off early on, so I'm just gonna sit here, play the slow game, and proceed to try to deck him out, which is what ended up happening actually. He pretty much decked me out. I was in a position where I could not take another attack, otherwise I would just draw for turn and lose right away. So that's what ended up happening. I took the loss for that round after scooping it up. You guys can watch the replay for that one as well. It's going to be up. But yeah, I personally went 2-2, and Fox went 3-1. I'm really happy for him because that Highlander build is not a build that most people are used to seeing. A lot of people were cheering him on at the locals, so it's really cool to see. But it was unfortunate that we did have to face each other in the final round. But yeah, that was good enough to put me in 5th place, the 2-2 record, and Fox finished 3rd place. 2nd place was a Regalia player that Fox actually lost to in round 2, I believe it was. So really interesting there. And then 1st place was the Grand Blue player that I played in round 3. So I actually had the highest like opponent's win percentage because the opponents I faced all placed really well, and they actually were the ones that were able to take the top slots for the most part. Basically, save for actually every player I lost to was a player that took one of the top 3 spots. I personally got 5th. There were 10 people at the local, so it was really fun, guys. It was a really fun, enjoyable experience. This definitely is to say that Angel Feather is a legitimate deck of this metagame. I hope I was able to prove that, and I hope when you guys check out the matches that you're able to see the same too. I played the deck guide just pretty much close to maximum potential, so definitely check it out, guys, if you want to see how to palette the Angel Feather to the maximum in Premium. And I hope you guys enjoyed the match. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's the first time I've done this kind of video, but let me know if you have any feedback or anything like that. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. So I definitely think Fox and I have solidified ourselves as local legends at the Collector Legion Vanguard Premium local.